Hi guys, I thought it'd be nice to make a new video today because it's my 37th birthday on Sunday. Today's Thursday. I thought it'd be nice to make a 1-year update on my life, and maybe it will be a way for you to get to know me better because obviously my subscriber count has jumped massively lately, which is really cool. So I thought it would be nice for you to get to know me a bit better and also to do a bit of reflection on the past year. So I've got some notes on my phone of what I want to talk about, and that way hopefully I won't have to edit this video so much. So 1 year ago it was obviously coming up to my birthday, and myself and my children, we'd gone down to Devon with my friend, one of my best friends, to stay at their cottage as a way to get away from everything and just try and make something special of my birthday, because about a year ago is when my relationship came to an end, and I wanted to just clear my mind and have some time to think and make sure that I didn't sort of sit at home wallowing in misery for my birthday. So we went to Devon. So my mental state a year ago, I was very, very stressed. I was suffering terribly with anxiety. I was not leaving the house. I had not been doing much for myself. The person that I was in a relationship with was sort of doing everything, which at the time I thought was really nice, but actually I realise now that that was sort of stopping me from ever leaving the house and making my stress and anxiety and depression that I was feeling because of the upset of everything going on just much, much worse. So going to Devon was really like a first step out of the house and just finding myself again and just kind of spreading my wings again. And it was nice because I didn't have to do that alone. I was obviously able to stay with a friend and be kind of mollycoddled through that process. So I had really started vlogging properly last summer, and I was originally uploading those vlogs onto my music channel, which is my second music channel. My background on YouTube, I started on YouTube probably about 10 years ago, and I had quite a large music channel. If anybody is from those days, I don't know, where I used to upload all my DJ mixes, all of my dance videos, all of my music videos, and that channel grew quite large. And because of some kind of weird, it's quite a long time ago now, but for some reason I couldn't get access to that account or something, and I ended up just shutting the channel down and deciding to stop doing that channel. And then when I started vlogging, I had just started a new music channel to sort of migrate all of my old videos one by one onto, which I've never finished doing. And I decided to start vlogging because I was really always loved videos. I actually studied film production at college, and I wanted to capture moments of my then happy relationship and children and just have those memories. And I was uploading those to my music channel, and at this point last year, that's why I was sending all my uploads. So it's kind of about a year since I was starting to upload vlogs, but I only started this channel that you're on now in March this year. So the reason that I started this channel is because I had become a single mum again, and I wanted a fresh new start. And I felt that having a channel was going to help me to get my confidence back, to create a fresh new chapter in my life. And I felt that vlogging was something that was going to really, really help me to have a reason to just step outside of that darkness, to make videos, capture moments, put on a brave face, not force positivity, but bring out the happy side of me and talk again, because I felt that in the sort of decline of the relationship, I had become like invisible and silent, and I was living in a world of silence where I was literally screaming in my head all the time, but I was just numb and silent in the world, and it was a really, really strange and horrible place to be. And I just think that vlogging was a good way to kind of start to find my voice again. Although I wasn't talking to another person as such, talking to a camera, it was a reason to start to use my actual voice outside of parenting, which has been really helpful actually, and it's really helped me build my confidence back up and start to overcome anxiety issues. And I would say a lot of the vlogs this year, I started to go out and about doing things again, and the camera was kind of like my confidence prop, because if I was ever sort of wanting to talk to anybody, I could talk to the camera and in effect talk to you guys that way. So I feel like I've become very isolated because of the breakdown of my relationship, and I had stepped away from a lot of my friends, really because a lot of people kept saying that you're not happy, get out. So a lot of my friends were telling me, you know, like get out, and it was just a pressure I didn't want at that point. I felt it was a lot easier to stay away from everyone's opinions and try and figure out what the hell I was going to do. And you know, I had been a single mum for quite some time, years in fact, before that relationship, and I had become a very healthy, strong, independent woman. When I began that relationship, I honestly thought there was going to be the one, that it was going to lead to marriage, and it was forever. So it was a massive thing to come to terms with, that again I was going to be going back to being a single parent, and that wasn't something I wanted any outside influence with. I didn't want anybody else to give me their opinions or whatnot, or try and push me at a speed to get back to normal. You know, everyone's like, oh, you're going to be so happy if you just go and be single, just be yourself, be yourself. But I wasn't ready for that. It was a big thing to come to terms with. You know, there were huge feelings of failure and embarrassment, humiliation, and it's very, very difficult to obviously step away from somebody that you care about, because ultimately it wasn't a case of I didn't love that person, it was a case of the relationship was not working and it wasn't good for me, and therefore it was not good for my children. I don't ever want my children to have an unhappy mum. So it was difficult, and I isolated myself a lot to cope with what I was going through, and because I really needed to put my mind back together and find that strong, independent me again, and I had just a long way to go. So I'd really isolated myself, and I think that I thought it would be better to start a YouTube channel to obviously help with the anxiety and the depression and the, you know, just the confidence thing and all of this. But I also thought it might help me to meet other people who might be going through similar things, or just might be similar people, because a lot of the people I know are married or they've never had children. So there wasn't really anybody like me in my sort of network, support network, and I thought it would be really nice to kind of get to know virtually other people who might be able to offer me some kind of wisdom or inspiration via their videos, and perhaps I could attract people on the same wavelength, and that would be a nice way of socialising, being social media and so on. I also wanted to start this channel for making lots of memories, because I didn't capture many memories of the children when they were younger, and I really wanted to have sort of a really nice way of making memories for us. And they love YouTube, they love watching our videos, and you know, I'm very conscious that they watch all of our videos. I completely moderate all of the comments because I'm very aware that my children will watch this. So I make sure that it is really stuff for them, and I wouldn't put anything on this channel that I wouldn't want them to see. I didn't really want to create a big channel, and I'm really blown away that there's 95 subscribers at the moment. I'm so grateful for that, so thank you so much for taking the time to come and watch my videos and to come and support me with this by clicking subscribe. It really does mean a lot. And that's really nice, and I really like the fact it's a small community, because of my aims of building up my confidence, getting rid of these social anxiety problems. You know, even leaving the house and dealing with the world can be quite overwhelming to me. I'm actually quite a shy person, believe it or not. Everyone says, oh, you're so confident on camera. I'm not really, I'm just talking to a camera, so there's not really so much confidence required in that. Going out into the big world and dealing with human beings is a lot more overwhelming. So I am happy with the size of this channel. I think if the channel got too big or there became sort of an influx of subscribers or whatnot, it probably at this point in my recovery from that relationship would be detrimental to my progress. It would be overwhelming, and I'd probably face the same kind of fears and anxiety that I would have just being in sort of overwhelming situations in real life. So I like it that it's small. I hope that you guys are getting to know me, and I'm assuming that that's something you're sticking around for because you're subscribed. I don't know. So the plus points of the last year: definitely starting this channel because it's given me a way to be creative. Where I left my creative business a year ago, it was a really nice thing. I sort of decided very early on after leaving my shop that I wanted to do vlogging because it would give me a different type of creative outlet and keep those creative juices flowing. And I really enjoy filming, and I love to edit. I've edited obviously music. I've been a music producer for oh my god, it'll be 20 years next year. And film editing is very similar. So yeah, it's been really nice to be editing something again, and I've really enjoyed that. I've upped my game over the year that I've been vlogging by now shooting on a Canon, and I've changed my software from Windows Movie Maker originally to now Filmora because I really like Filmora. And maybe in the next year I'll up the ante again and go over to something like Premiere or something. I do feel that I've really built up my confidence again in the past year. I am a lot more comfortable and confident with taking my children out on my own now again, like I used to be. I mean, I took them to London recently, which was a big step. I never thought I could do those things a while ago, and I can do those things again. So I've really kind of grown in confidence again, which is nice. I'm probably a bit more comfortable on camera now. I did find it very overwhelming to go from living sort of in a very isolated life where I didn't really see many people apart from my children or friends and family. I didn't really sort of have to deal with people I didn't want to. So putting myself on camera was quite overwhelming because I didn't know who was watching. I feel like I'm a bit more comfortable with that now. So that's really positive, and I really find that capturing our memories is like, I can tangibly kind of close chapters. So when my granddad died this year, that was the first big personal loss I've had in my family, and it was really helpful to be vlogging through that because, I don't know, like putting music to beautiful memories and things was really a good way of sealing down how I was feeling and then being able to say, right, that is done and now we move forwards. So there's something quite powerful about vlogging, and I highly recommend, if you're not vlogging, even if you don't want to put it on YouTube, then start making videos. It's great. I mean, I started filming originally on my Samsung S7, which has got a great camera, so you don't need great equipment. It's a really powerful thing to do, and you know, it can be just really nice to look back on and see how far you've come. I watched some of my earlier videos back and it does make me cringe. Yeah, a lot. And I think a lot of my earlier vlogs, which are on this channel, there was a lot of false positivity. So I was going through a really difficult breakup, and although we'd broken up, we kept spending time together. So we spent the Christmas together. We went away for his birthday in the April. It was a bit kind of all over the show for quite a while. Yeah, so looking back at some of my earlier videos, I was really nervous, and also I was going through so much behind the scenes. So I was always trying to put a positive spin on it because I didn't want all of that negativity and that bad feeling to come across on camera, or to kind of taint the happy things that were happening. And I think when you're a parent, you, regardless of what's going on in your life, you have to always put a smile on your face and kind of just get through things. And I was doing a lot of that in my earlier vlogs, whereas yeah, I feel that I've been more and more relaxed and myself through recent vlogs, so that's been really nice. Another thing I've really loved about vlogging in the last year is that when I upload, I think you probably assume that you're going to get all of your comments on your videos when you start, but the truth actually is that you're going to get a lot more messages on your Facebook or your Instagram or text or WhatsApp, whatnot. A lot of my friends and so on just come to me behind the scenes of the public comments, and I get that, you know. You don't know who's reading those, and it can be a bit daunting to post publicly. So I get that, you know, I really get that, and I've really enjoyed those messages. I've had some really, really lovely messages from people, and those messages are the sort of support that have really spurred me on and helped me to build my confidence so much. I appreciate that support so much. So if you've been somebody who's been messaging me kindly behind the scenes, thank you for encouraging me to keep going. Those have been invaluable moments, and I really am grateful for that. I think some of the downsides to being on YouTube and blogging and just putting yourself out there, it is very stress inducing and can give you anxiety, which is weird when you're trying to beat that, because you don't know who's watching your videos. And I have obviously, like everybody who puts videos up, there's always somebody who's going to try and be hurtful with the dislike button. So that's really the only negative thing, I think. I do obviously moderate all of my comments before they go public. I've been on social media for many, many, many years with my career. I'm used to having myself exposed to large amounts of people with my music career, and as a family channel there was absolutely no way I was not going to moderate my channel. I don't want my children ever reading things on their memories that would hurt their feelings. The dislikes do hurt their feelings, and I always remind them, take a dislike and times it by 20 likes, because if somebody really doesn't like something, they just get on with it and move on. The sort of people who come along and press the dislike button are people who want to cause you hurt, or they have like a big unhappiness inside themselves and they're trying to deflect that. So I would say take that dislike, turn it into 20 or 100 likes and see it as a positive, because at the end of the day, although they're trying to hurt you by doing that, they're still taking the time to watch your videos. So, you know, if they were that bad, they wouldn't keep coming back to watch them, would they? So, update on my life. I am single. It's been a year I've been single. I have been on some dates, but every time I've been on a date, I've just not been ready for that. And that's always very apparent if I spend time on a date. I'm just not there. I don't want that. I'm really enjoying being single. I'm loving finding myself again. I'm loving my independence. I'm loving having all my time with my children. So I'm not really thinking about relationships at the moment. It's not something I want. I think you have to personally, I've never been somebody who goes from a relationship to a relationship. I always like to have a couple of years or something to build myself back up so that I'm the very best I can be before I think about having another relationship. You need time to heal. I want my children to be happy because they've suffered a loss too. So I'm always going to put them first, and they are my first priority always. Their happiness is so important to me. I would sacrifice any relationship if it wasn't going well to make my children happy always. I am spending time with my friends. I've made lots of friends, and a lot of my friends are male, so that's fine, and maybe one of those friends will one day become a relationship, but I think everybody in my life knows at the moment that I'm not available. I'm not interested in a relationship. I am doing me at the moment, and yeah, it's a tunnel to come out of. So when I'm ready, I will be ready. I'm really enjoying making new friends at the moment and doing new things, and I'm really enjoying doing my music again. I have some really talented friends who spend a lot of time with me. Some of them like being in my videos, so you see them, and some of them don't. So it's nice to get back to what I am and what I love and what my entire career and life has always been about, and that's music. an update with my children. We are now through, I think 2 years of homeschooling. I bloody love homeschooling, it's absolutely amazing, and I have been asked a lot on Facebook by my friends, please make videos about homeschooling, please tell us what it's like, please tell us how you do it, all sorts of questions, and I promise I will make a video about homeschooling soon. As I'm getting more and more used to this whole sit down and talk to a camera malarkey, I will do some videos about the homeschooling, but I love homeschooling the children. I think it's the best thing that could have happened to us. I am aware that I just wish we'd done it sooner. I do have plans to put my children back into school by next September. We've always set that as our deadline because I really, really believe that my eldest will benefit massively. He's done so well from homeschooling. They have such unlimited amounts of time to focus and dedicate to their education, and they're thriving in this environment of just pure learning. I can't describe it very well quickly, so I'm not going to, but I want him to go into secondary school. I think there are things that happen in secondary school, sports teams, trips, access to facilities, things I really don't want him to miss out on, and my youngest would feel very left out if he didn't go back at the same point. So I would prefer to keep him out of school for a bit longer, but I don't want to make him feel bad. So they will both go back to school by next September, and we're going to try and use the time between now and then just to keep going as fast and hard as we are with their education, and to try and get as much more travel in and experiences packed into that time as we possibly can. The boys are doing fantastically well. I'm so blooming proud of my children, and I receive a lot of compliments about my children, about their good behaviour and their kind manners, and they're very interested in talking to people, and they're good kids, and I'm very, very proud of them. So I'm really chuffed with where they are. They're healthy, they're happy, and I don't think you could ask for more. So the kids are good. Noah is just excelling with his maths and his English and his art, so that's really fabulous. Gabriel came out of school. He had been in nursery for 2.5 years, and then he'd done, I think, 1.5 years of school, and he left that amount of education illiterate. He couldn't write, he couldn't read, and I just could see him drowning in the system, and I just didn't understand why they weren't able to educate him. And it has taken 2 years for him to learn to read and write, like one-on-one time all the time, but he's flying now, you know, he can read now, and his imagination is so amazingly big. There's nothing cramping that, you know, he's not being told, be quiet, sit down, you know, there's no lid being put on him at the moment, and he's just blossoming into this super funny, super interesting, super kind, lovely little boy. So I had to just stop filming because the postman arrived, so moving on. I think I was just updating you on Gabriel, and I'm just very, very proud of him and where he's come, and I'm proud of both of the boys. Next update is on my business. This year has been crazy. A year ago I had left my shop, and I really wanted to change my direction. I knew that vlogging was something I wanted to do for creativeness, because I used to have a very creative job. And I started my eBay business shop, which has been super successful. And then I took on my new office, and I basically have been working really hard behind the scenes on a organic range of skincare products, which is about to launch. I'm so bloody excited about it because it's just been a real passion of mine. I do have qualifications in holistic therapy, and I am so proud and excited of the formulations of the products. They're 100% organic, 100% natural. They've been sourced so ethically and created so passionately. I get a lot of compliments, which is very kind. Bearing in mind I'm 37 in a few days, I get a lot of compliments on my skin, which is really kind, and I can only but put it down to the fact that I use organic products. So I really wanted to create a business going forwards in life which was putting something back into the world to help others, because that's a really big passion of mine, like this big heart that I have. I wanted to do something but also make a business from it. So I'm just super proud of the range that I've created, and I've been sort of looking forward to getting to this launch part for ages. So we're nearly there. I know people are waiting to see what's going on, and it is coming, it's coming. I just keep making my life busy with DIY projects, and then I've just been really ill. And you can hear that I'm still not quite 100%. Like, I haven't been ill for 14 months, and when I caught that bug, it really got to me. So we're getting there one step at a time. I don't want to rush this, because when it comes to launching this, it's for life, and everything had to be absolutely perfect, and I am so proud of where I'm at with that. I'm very proud to put my name to this, very proud to put these products out there for you. And I have been talking to some fellow YouTubers who are going to try these products, and if they like them, they will be letting you know that as well. And I'm going to make lots of videos about them, and just there's going to be a lot of stuff about that coming up on my channel, and I think I might create a new channel for those products as well. So if that interests you, I will let you know about that in future videos. So for the next year, for my 37th year on planet Earth as a human being, I would really like to do more travel. I haven't had a proper holiday for about 15 years. There's just never the time, and there's certainly never really the money. There's just always something else that has to be done before that comes along. I have had quite a few weekend breaks with my children, which has been really good, but I really want a proper holiday. 2 weeks of just nothing, 2 weeks in another country with my children, the first time they would have been abroad, is just massively on my mind all the time, and it's something I really aim for and want to do. And I'd like to take them travelling as much as possible next year. So travel is massively on the agenda in the next year, especially before they go back into a system or institution for their education. I want to get back to my record label. I stepped away from doing much to do with my record label because of my last business, Goodnight Moon, and I really miss it. I really miss it. The good thing about having a record label, I mean, it's been something I've worked hard on for nearly 20 years in one way or another, and the great thing is that those songs, like we have many releases, they're still there, they're still being sold, it still generates an income for the label. So it's not stopped, it's just not moved, like it hasn't grown anymore. And I think that it would be really nice to get back to growing the label more, and it's always nice when you step away from your music, you can come back with new ideas. Drop to Rise Records is never going to be stopped, and I'm never going to close it. It will be there for life for me. My entire life has been about Drop to Rise Records. I'm very proud of it, and I will never end what I'm doing with that. And as my children get older, I'll have more time for it again, and I don't see trance or psytrance ever stopping as a genre. That's never going to happen. My passion for those genres is never going to end, ever. And luckily I'm still young enough to enjoy performing. I've been on stage once this year at a great trance event, so I'm still young enough to go and enjoy DJing and dancing and singing and making records and releasing records. So that's something that will gradually start coming back into my life a bit more in the next year. I'm going to start going back to my dancing. I was so lucky to go back on stage this year, and I really loved it. I loved getting back up there and dancing for a crowd. I was just absolutely amazing. I loved going back. It made me realise that that's something in my life that has stopped, that I really need to get back to. I've always been a dancer ever since I was a little girl. and it's always been a lifelong passion. Obviously I've done very well with that in my career. I'm very blessed with the opportunities that I've been given with this, and I just really miss it. So I think I will make some more dancing videos going forwards, because I really believe in being myself on this channel, and dancing is absolutely one of the biggest parts of who I am. So I'm going to probably book a dance studio once a week maybe, and get back into a studio and just dance. Maybe get some girls to come along and join me and enjoy the process with me. So I might put some dancing videos out on this channel. If you're looking forward to seeing those, let me know. I want to get back to doing some DJing. I have obviously done lots of DJing, lots of radio shows, used to put out lots of mixes and podcasts, and I just haven't DJed for so long. I think the last time I DJed in public was probably last Christmas. So again, that is something I want to get some time for again now. This year has been a real sorting my head out year, and I'm really looking forward to now getting back to my passions, getting back to the things that make me me, because I let go of all those things when I became really unhappy and I stopped being me, and it didn't do me any good. And I need to do the things that I love, and dancing, singing, DJing, record releasing, making music, all of those things. I need to bring it back. I want to try and get more trips in with the children outside of like a holiday. I want to be able to take them to like the Lake District. I want to take them to Plymouth, where I used to live. I want to do some road trips, maybe like hire an RV type thing or a camper van or something, and see a bit more of the country that we live in. I'd like to take them to Rome. There's lots of things I'd love to do with the children, to pack in lots of life experiences before they go back to formal education. In the next year also, I'd really like to focus on my health and fitness, because I think with the depression that I suffered, I really stopped doing the things I love, like walking, dancing, and I just don't feel like I've looked after myself very well. I stopped eating a lot of the time and sort of existed on coffee and sugar, and I've stopped drinking so much coffee now. I'm trying to sort of remind myself gently to have more smoothies. If I don't want to eat something, then have a smoothie. I always eat a healthy meal when I do eat, give or take some moments of chaos where I'll have fast food and things. But I want to really remind myself to self-love again, look after myself, because I've got 2 children that need their mummy to look after herself, and not feel so anxious and unhappy that she's not eating properly. I've been taking a vegan super vitamin once a day for the last week, so it's a good routine that I've got into now of every meal once a day, to keep going forwards with that. I want to really look after myself again and get fit, make sure that I'm eating super healthy food all the time, and just looking after myself. There's no need to be so self-destructive because I'm in pain. I feel that the pain has gone, and it's now time to really kind of come back to life and blossom again. So if I make another video on the approach to my 38th birthday, I would like to hope that my life in a year's time, I would like to think that I would be in a relationship by then. Hopefully the relationship that's going to see me through. I've spent so much of my life as an adult actually not in relationships. The 2 relationships I had where I had my children, they didn't last. I'll never explain those reasons on camera because it's disrespectful for my children. So I don't feel that I've ever met the one. I don't feel that I've ever met the person that I'm going to have my forever with yet. And I would like to think that maybe in a year's time, hopefully that's happened. If not, I'll have a very good relationship still with myself and with my children. And with that, maybe there'll be marriage to think about and prepare for. That would be nice. And if my body would allow it, maybe another baby, or, you know, expanding my family within a marriage. That would be the dream. That would be so wonderful. And yeah, I'm open to that, and I hope that will be the case, and we'll see. I'd like to think in a year's time that my business, the organic business that's about to launch, will be doing well, and I'll be super sort of successful with that. That would be something I'd be very, very proud of if we get to that point, and I hope we just hope that all the hard work pays off with that. So we will see what happens. I'm pretty sure that if I keep working hard and I'm putting out the products that I genuinely love, I genuinely believe in, and is of such high quality, you know, I can only see that enough hard work will lead to that success. So obviously in a year's time the children will probably be back to school, so I'll be back into that whole routine and time frame, which will be different because obviously I will be missing them. I'll have a lot of time on my own again. Yeah, I don't know where my life's going to be in a year. It's going to be an interesting one. And I hope that we will have had our holiday by then. That would be super nice. So we'll see. Let's see what happens in the next year. The only way's up, right? So just finishing off this video, I just want to thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. It's a very personal thing for me that you're here. I'm not trying to be like some of the bigger YouTubers. That's not my aim. It would terrify me. I just simply would like to find people who get me, who like me, who want to watch my videos, who want to share positivity and encouragement with me. That's really important to me, so thank you so much for clicking subscribe. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for watching my videos. I put a lot of hard work into the videos and a lot of love, and I really hope that you enjoy them and they just give you something, because I'm genuinely proud of all my videos, no matter how cringy some of them are to look back on. I am really proud of them, and at the time of making them, they were very special to me, and I hope that you enjoy sharing a bit of my life. I hope you stick around, and it's lovely to hear from you. If you want to message me and you don't feel comfortable putting something in the comment section, which is completely understandable, please come and find me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram name across the screen. Please come and find me on Instagram. You can message me on there, and it'd be really nice to get to know new people. Hopefully in the next year as well, actually. I will have made some really good friends through YouTube. I'm already talking to some people that I really admire and really enjoy their content, and I just hope that there's some good friendships that come from this, and that's a big positive step forward for me, so that would be really nice. And I think on that note, actually, I will just say some of the channels I absolutely love at the moment, and I'll put links down below, so try and check out some of these channels. But the channels that I'm really enjoying at the moment, so I really love Boho Beautiful. They are an amazing couple and they make the most beautiful, inspiring videos. I bloody love them. Go and check them out. Pier and Kane, the Mitchellacks, love the Mitchellacks, bloody love Steph's editing, love their vibe, love them. Hannah Mags, who's from the Mitchellacks, I love her so much, I think she's adorable. That she's just like a little sister, and I have quite an affinity to her life story as well, which maybe I'll touch upon in future videos. Hannah Lucy, I love Hannah Lucy. She's actually quite close by to me, and she lives where I used to live with my children. So watching her with her two little boys is kind of like watching me in my old life. It's really cute. So Hannah Lucy, I love Katie Ellison. She's so beautiful and so sweet on camera. She's really worth watching. I love her to bits. Really into Fashion Mumbler, Josie. She just makes the most divine videos. I really like Josie, she's great. Tiger Lily Quinn Friffer from that channel is so adorable. I love her. I love watching her videos, so definitely check her out. Love J Lack, I think. But she's a single mum and she's super sweet, and she makes really cute videos too. I like watching her, she's so down to earth. I really love watching Zoella's channel. I only discovered her a year ago. I mean, she's a lot younger than me and of a very different vibe. I just think there's something really endearing and sweet about her. And I think she's very brave, very successful, and that's very inspiring. And I kind of like watching Alfie's vlogs, her partner as well. I don't know why I'm an adult, but I still enjoy watching their videos. I love PewDiePie. My son's in the room. PewDiePie is my YouTube crush. I think it's because he's Scandinavian and he's He's my kind of guy. He is so funny, and I don't know, I just love him to bits. I only discovered him maybe 6 months ago. That's how fresh I am to this. But I love PewDiePie. If you don't know who he is, you haven't lived. I watch Emily Norris as well. I think she's really sweet, and I think she's had a pretty similar past to me in some ways, so I find her quite inspiring. She makes lovely videos. I also love Dolce Mum Life. She's a Latina mum, and I think she's in America. She is such a cool mum. I really love watching her, so I'll put a link to her channel. I bloody love Project Life Mastery, and Tatiana and Steph are so inspiring. Also Amy Boo, she is a vlogger in my town, which is so random. We found each other, so she's really young compared to me, but she's got a really great channel. I'm gonna link her in. Also, I watch Sammy Bird. I think Sammy reminds me of me and my sister with her sister when we were younger. I really like Sammy. I think she's really down to earth, and she's very raw and honest, and I respect that a lot on camera, so I recommend her. Ashley Bailey I also recommend. She is so enjoyable to watch. She just soothes me so much. I will link her in. And last but not least, Holistic Habits. I love her. She was one of the first channels I subscribed to, and she's so lovely and so inspiring. I love her. Hopefully I've actually mentioned all the ones I wanted to, and I don't when editing this. Go, damn, I missed someone. I'll put the links down to all those channels down below. Definitely check them out because there's some real magic in there. And I will bid you farewell. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully I'll do something fun for my birthday, whatever it might be. I don't actually have any plans at the moment, and I will make a video and share that with you. Please do the traditional thumbs up, hit subscribe, pop the notification bell on if you want to support me and come and watch the videos when I upload. And I just can't send you enough love and thank yous for being here on this channel. It helps me immeasurably. You have been so supportive and encouraging, and have helped me out of one of the hardest, most challenging times of my life, which I've tried to be respectful and not go into too much detail about, and I haven't tried to moan about it too much or talk about it too much in any of my videos. Please know that it's been really, really, really hard. I have suffered a lot behind the camera, more than I could possibly explain to you, even by talking to you, and it has given me so much strength and helped me so much to be a happier person, making me a better mother, and just bringing me out of my shell again and giving me my life back. Thank you so much, and I will see you in all of the future videos. Let's get ready for Christmas. Let me enjoy being 37 years old. God, I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.